So there has been a great silence in the Conjuring universe. In 2009, they tried to get a MCU thing going with 2 movies a year. But for the most part, only one film is slated this year. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. The third installment and reminder of just what the hell started this franchise. Set to direct The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is the director of the smash hit The Curse of the La Llorona, Michael Chaves. Will this movie be trash? Or will it live up to the first 2 The Conjuring movies? Who knows? Only Michael Chaves knows. But I guess we won't know until the 11th of September to find out if it's a hit. I mean, if it's a bomb. If it crashes and burns. No movie should be released on this date, especially a Ninja Turtles movie where they are jumping out of a building that's exploding. So you may be saying to yourself, hey Caudry Effects, make more videos like the Nun review. We want more videos like the Nun review. It was funny, and you need to make more videos like that. To which I have to say, I did.
You just didn't watch them.
But hey, on top of that, no new movies are coming out. With no cinemas open, there's nothing current to review. After the whole world went into isolation due to the While in quarantine, my housemate introduced me to the 100% free streaming service Tubi. Now this video isn't sponsored by Tubi, it's just been fascinating me ever since it was shown to me. Now there's a lot of good titles on Tubi. One of the greatest funny bad movies ever made, Miami Connection. And as well as a really good horror film called Butterfly Kisses. I highly recommend checking out Butterfly Kisses, and I don't doubt that Tubi has a lot of good titles on it. But essentially, Tubi is the discount throwout bin of streaming services. All the Mega Shark vs. Croctopussy, Robo, whatever. If you liked Bumblebee, then get ready for Hornet, and if you squint your eyes, the films almost look a bit like bleeding. But one of the first things that caught my eye, Conjuring ripoffs. But not just The Conjuring, but a ripoff per Conjuring spin-off. We got American Conjuring, Mandy the Haunted Doll, Curse of the Nun, and The Haunting of La Llorona. And as a glutton for punishment, and my audience mostly demanding videos like the Nun review, we watched these movies. We watched more Nun, more Dumb Doll, El Weeping Woman, and what did we discover? Don't judge a movie by its manipulative, photoshopped poster that was made by sleazy distributors trying to bank off the success of a Hollywood movie. These movies be cheap. Some look like they were filmed on a weekend, where others look like they were filmed in an afternoon. And so, this video will be going through some of these Conjuring spin-offs. There are plenty of knockoffs per spin-off, but we selected the films based on how much the poster resembles or flat out takes the name of a Conjuring movie. And so, without further ado, let's get into the Conjuring ripoff universe. Brought to you by Tubi, as in this ripoff universe, not this video. Tubi, call me. So, in a nutshell, American Conjuring is family moves into a creepy house, it becomes The Shining for most of it, then it turns into Saw, then it has a twist that no one will see coming, and there's a witch sometimes. And just as mentioned, the foretold twist, this film from the get-go starts throwing you a fast one. So the movie begins in an orphanage where the current orphans are attending the new girl's birthday party, and then we get some fine child acting.
Aww, loser, can't even throw the ball right. Should've learned how to throw a ball for your birthday.
You're right, the new girl is a loser. She couldn't even hit an elephant if it was standing on her foot.
I could too. Why are you so mean to me, Jenna?
I'm bored. I don't want to play this stupid game anymore.
And then it transitions into some lovely horror movie grainy opening credits. Woo! Oh, but then it cuts back to the scene? Ah.
I don't know about this, you guys. Miss Donna and Miss Nina said we weren't allowed in the basement at any time.
That was a short opening credits. And so none of the current orphans like the new girl and treat her like shit. The woman who runs the orphanage is like on the phone abusing someone for not attending the party.
Get here in 30 minutes or we're gonna have a problem.
Whoa! Plates falling on the ground means spooky ghost.
No, I gotta call you back. Oh my god.
Oh, and then it's back to the opening credits. And so the little girls make the birthday girl go into the basement to trick her or something.
You go inside and look around. Stay down there for 5 minutes. Macy will time you.
Gotcha. My watch keeps good time.
Then she gets taken or trapped. And oh Christ, we're back to the opening credits? Like these scenes aren't montagey enough to be intercut with opening credits. Ugh. So they lose the birthday girl, and to get out of trouble, they come up with the grand old scheme of just pretending they don't know where she is.
Donna's gonna wonder where Sarah is.
Shut up. If she asks, we don't know where she is.
It's Sarah's birthday, Jenna. She's gonna wonder.
I said, shut up. We won't get in trouble if you don't blab.
Then the birthday girl returns to the party, possessed, thirsting for blood, with a knife, and bleh.
What have you done? Sarah, what have you done?
Following the spooky, grisly intro, we are treated to a news report of the murders that for some reason do the whole horror movie glitching with scan lines.
Sarah Thompson was only 11 years old when she took a butcher knife and attacked the girls. 4 years later, in a fit of depression and madness, she took her own life.
Also, this news reporter is spouting out way too much exposition for a news report.
She claimed that she was being haunted by the ghost of the house's original owner, Hester Corbett. Hester committed suicide by hanging herself in the basement. Local legend says that her soul is at unrest and she still walks the halls of this place.
Oh, what's an EVP?
Electronic voice phenomenon. It allows us to speak to spirits.
And on top of that, it shows the girls who died. Then it shows them again with their faces blurred, but they also show the horrific gore on national television.
She's a stone-cold killer.
Oh wow, the credits still aren't finished. Oh, there we go. Then a new family moves in. We got our ghostly setup. Now we need our oblivious family to move in.
What do you think?
You got a lot of guts coming here. After what you pulled.
And how you doing, Chewbacca?
A family so oblivious that they missed this news report with all of the information on the murders and history of the house, even though it's public knowledge at this point.
Wait, so what was this place before? Was it like an insane asylum?
I can assure you it most certainly was not an insane asylum. No, nothing bad ever happened here. Just, good people trying to raise families. Like you folks.
But anyway, a new family moves in and already there's ghostly shenanigans afoot. The daughter sees a spooky witch with a plastic mask through a window. This is the first instance of not just this movie, but all of these movies not understanding how a jump scare works. Interesting choice to cut back to the window after we've already seen the witch walk away. Yep, still an empty window, unless she just stares at the window for a bit and then the witch comes back and bleh! And so, before we proceed, I just want to bring up The Father. Don't know how many of you seen the fantastic prequel to Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul? You know the character Howard, Lawyer Bot 3000?
Congratulations.
Right back at you.
You tend to get kind of stale. You get stale anytime. We are there for you day and night.
Well, the father from this movie was built in the same factory as Howard.
Melissa, is that you? Zoe? Playing one of your silly games, huh? Yeah, well, if you girls are trying to scare me, just remember, I don't scare easily. And I will get back at you when you least expect it.
Now, when you have a haunted house or place in a movie, what do you need? You need someone to show up at the start and warn the main characters. Don't go in there.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? Never come back again. Got a death curse. I got to warn you. You're doomed to stay.
No movie has ever done this better than Cannibal the Musical.
You'll never come back again. It's got a curse on it.
Provo?
The Rocky Mountains, I gotta warn you. You're doomed. 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 You're doomed. Doomed.
Thank you.
The mother from the start shows up, and while these people are showing the family around the house, she arrives just in time to warn the new owners.
Did you tell them what happened here? Get your fucking hands off me! You can't be very... Fuck you, Teddy!
Yeah, fuck you, Teddy.
This man is not your friend. You need to get out of here as soon as you can because terrible things happen in this house.
Turn back while you still can. You're doomed. You're all doomed.
I'm calling the cops. Joni!
Don't bother, Joni. I'm leaving.
Thankfully, we don't have to see any more of Teddy overacting bloody so-and-so.
Personally, I enjoy the musical stylings of Fetus Grinder. Shall I show you the rest of the house?
And phew, after all that drama was settled, we finally get back to some family time on the steps, when suddenly the color grade decides to just turn off on a few shots. Boop! Color correction in this film is something to keep mind of. Despite the spoopy, ghostly witch stuff, one of the truly terrifying aspects of this movie is the color grade not playing by the rules. But until then, Canadian Dad 3000 activated! After the wife makes mention about the house being freezing, Canadian dad does not feel the effects because he's a machine.
What are you, cold?
Oh my god, yes. I'm freezing. This house is chilling me to the bone.
Really? Guess I didn't notice. Too busy moving stuff around. Chopping wood, doing the man stuff.
Okay, Mr. Manly Man.
He goes down into the creepy basement to check out the heating system, but there's something sinister in this basement.
Oh, haha, very funny. The old rocking chair joke, huh?
He then has to lean under an awkwardly low pipe to look at the furnace, and then...
That's gonna leave a mark.
Oh no, the ghost shenanigans begin. The oldest daughter is so edgy and goth. It's just too much for the parents to handle.
I cannot believe this shit.
Zoe said a bad word.
Zoe!
Alyssa, stay out of it.
Once we move the stuff into your new room and we fix all those lights, it won't be an issue. You know, one night spent in the presence of your family won't kill you.
I've been in your presence all day long.
Fine, okay, just go then. Okay? My head hurts too much to argue about this.
So you just let her go then?
We need to turn in soon, okay? It's getting late.
Sheesh. So she's sleeping in her room despite not having light bulbs. And then the plastic mask witch shows up and then the daughter starts vomiting maggots and stuff. Bit of a stomach bug, hey? Hey, I'll get stuffed.
Okay, come on, let's go. We'll clean this mess up in the morning.
What is this light coming through the window? You know, day for night only works when you don't make it still look like daytime. For those of you who don't know, day for night is when you film things outside during the day and lower the exposure in camera. Best example I've ever seen is in Jaws. Most of the opening shark attack is actually filmed during the day, but the exposure has been cranked down. This has been filmed during the day, and the filmmakers did one of the things I hate the most, which is just to color grade it blue, not light it blue. But anyway, next up, the mother hears like creepy child laughing, but refuses to accept any ghost nonsense if the daughter brings it up.
I heard some sounds from the basement, some laughing, and it startled me.
Laughing?
Yeah, like a little girl.
It's not a ghost, is it?
No, baby. No, why would you say that?
I saw a lady in the window. She looked like she died. Is she mad at us for moving here?
Just remember, there's no such thing as ghosts.
Full-on skeptic, sees a soccer ball roll out of the darkness, and ghosts are officially confirmed. It's true. All of it. She runs to notify the father, who is now Jack Torrancing, in the backyard.
Ben, there was someone in the basement. Someone's here. There was a ball, and someone is hiding.
A ball? What the hell are you talking about?
Someone is in the house with us. Come.
Take me away from staring at nothing, woman. Better bloody be good.
It rolled out of the darkness. The ball was covered in blood.
All right, stop it. You're scaring Alyssa.
I'm sorry, baby.
Jesus, calm down.
Why are you so angry?
Because it sounds goddamn ridiculous.
Do you see it?
No, I don't. There's no ball covered in blood down here. What the hell are you trying to pull anyways?
What? Nothing. I'm not trying to pull anything. It was there. It rolled out in front of me.
Look, Carol, there's nothing down here.
So you would not know that that was blood because the awful color correction is darkening the red from the blood, just making the ball look dirty. There's a part where he grabs the laundry and there's meant to be like blood on his hands, but the color correction has matched the blood to his skin tone, so it just looks like his hand is wet.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Don't worry, baby, okay? Mommy's just screwing around with us, trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah, bitch. Next, we're treated to this film getting a fake jump scare wrong.
What the fuck? You should have seen your face.
Why did they put the jump scare sound in for? You can't have a fake jump scare when you see the other character approaching the person who's not paying attention. Either play the scene straight, or...
What the fuck?
Then we get some riveting dialogue that young girls usually have.
Who are you texting? Some boy? Are you sending pictures of your private parts again? Shut the hell up! Ow! Just because we have different daddies doesn't mean you have to be so mean to me all the time.
If it wasn't for your dad, Ben, there wouldn't have been a divorce and we'd all still be together.
But if Mommy didn't meet Daddy, I would have been born.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I wish you were never born.
Oh, Ben. Why would they be having this discussion after all this time? This girl is like 11. That's a decade since the mum met the new dad.
Zoe! Don't leave me out here!
What? The house is right there. And then, bleh! A spooky plastic mask witch gets the daughter and now they are all conjured. American style! She grabs a knife and starts slicing up her arm. She's going at it for ages, but thankfully she doesn't nick any arteries because it just seems like a graze. There's no blood. There's not that much blood. There isn't that much blood. But that doesn't mean the amazing dialogue ends. After getting back from the hospital and the grocery store, we get...
Hey, make sure you finish those candies before your mom sees. She's gonna skin me alive for letting you eat that before dinner.
I promise I'll eat all my food, Daddy.
Oh yeah? We're having broccoli tonight.
Broccoli? Yucky.
That's okay. You've had a rough day.
Thanks, Daddy.
Everyone's affected by the witch. Gotta add some conflict. What do? Remember the argument scene from The Shining?
Maybe he should be taken to a doctor.
You think maybe he should be taken to a doctor?
But we're out of here.
What was that? Okay, you're gonna have to repeat yourself, because I really don't think I heard you right.
I want to take the girls and leave this place. You can come if you like, but we're out of here.
Has it ever occurred to you that I have agreed to look after the Overlook Hotel until May the 1st? Does it matter to you at all?
Do you have any idea how much money I just spent on this place? We just got here for Christ's sakes, now you're talking about leaving it all behind. You must get your mind.
You can't bully me. We're going.
Yeah, like hell you are.
Daddy!
But it's all good. The tension is resolved enough to start banging. Getting all into it when, whoa! The wife is all of a sudden the witch. What?
What the hell's wrong with you? You almost gave me a black eye.
Carol, there's somebody in the room with us.
There's nobody in here with us. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
I saw her. She was on top of me.
Oh, so you're thinking of another woman when you're supposed to be making love to...
No, Jesus Christ, no, okay? I saw her with my own eyes. She was on top of me and...
There's nobody in here but us! I think that bump on your head made you scramble your brains.
Carol, okay, I wasn't hallucinating, okay? I wasn't thinking of another woman.
Funny how all of a sudden he's seeing some scary shit and she doesn't believe it at all, when she did the exact same thing earlier.
Something is wrong with this place. It's possessed or haunted or something.
I mean, I saw her. She was on top of me.
Get the fuck out of here!
You know what? Fine.
God damn, the color grading in this scene sucks. It doesn't make sense. When you color grade, you are only meant to stick to whatever the color temperature you filmed in, daylight or tungsten. Here they're like midtones red, shadows blue. It's like borderline 3D. I wonder what happens when you put on some 3D glasses. Maybe the filmmakers hid some secret image in the film. Then all of a sudden, the Karen who formerly owned the house makes another unexpected visit to re-warn them.
Well, I don't mind telling you, it's a bit weird just seeing you pull up in my driveway like this.
I know. Please listen. I know this is going to sound crazy, but you and your family are in mortal danger.
God damn, the color grading in this scene is awful. It's getting worse as the movie goes on. Red, blue, red, blue. This wide shot goes from blue to red. Oh, the tension's high now, boys. Just when things could not get worse. The father then goes into
Canadian Dad, Tron Kill Mode.
The dog starts barking and he doesn't like it. Grabs an axe and full on chops the dog into mince. That's a bad daddy. Bah. Shocked by this, the mother then grabs the daughters and they make a run for it. And you're probably wondering, psychos who snap and shake around a power tool to murder someone? I wonder what that looks like in Canadian Dad Kill Mode. Then the mother flees with the daughters, and then we are treated to this Oscar-worthy performance. Then the mother meets with Karen for some pizza and exposition.
How much do you know about the house that you're living in? He's been trying to unload that place unsuccessfully for years until the infamous orphan murders happened in the house. Not the only bad thing that happened there. What? Then what I know now,
What all happened?
But it was built. The house has gone through reconstruction and renovation. But it was built in
Teddy's ancestors.
One and the same. So, legend has it that Hester placed a curse on anybody that spends any time in that house.
So, with the father left to his own devices now that he is possessed by the witch, what do you think's gonna happen? Remember The Shining with the ugly woman in the shower? Then the husband calls the woman from the beginning. You know, her. That character. It's daytime and raining where he is, but nighttime where she is. He rings her to come over, but they have a past.
Look, what happened with us in the past was a huge mistake.
Now, before we proceed with what happens, I just want to point out this film doesn't have much longer to go. We have been through all the ghost crap, but what this movie manages to shove in the last 20 minutes is, you'll see.
But I don't want to hear about the past, and I don't want you starting anything new or else I'm leaving immediately. You understand?
I understand.
Speaking of trying something new, she comes over, then goes to confront Teddy from the start.
Why are you doing this to me? I know what you want me to do. If I do this,
Do you promise all the bad thoughts will go away?
Jesus. Get in here, man. What the hell happened?
Then this movie turns into Saw / Hostel / just torture porn movie in general.
You're awake. Thought I'd have to get started without you.
The father has Teddy tied up and all of his murder tools laid out. Also, this movie becomes glaringly out of sync for the rest of the movie.
So, any last words? Huh?
This is kind of insane. This movie is almost over when suddenly it decides to whip out this love triangle revenge plot that has apparently happened years and years ago. They even shove in some party flashback to try and get the audience up to speed. We saw these characters for like 20 seconds at the start, and they were never brought up since. This is not the time to shove in a B plot just to have a torture scene. But hey, deal with it, yo. So the husband kills Teddy.
Revenge is a messy business, my friend. You brought this on yourself, you know that, right, Teddy? You mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
He just says phrases. Then he buries Teddy, drinks some booze, and looks at the grave with accomplishment. But then Teddy bursts out of the grave and it's a zombie. But whoa, it was all just a dream before he went and killed Teddy. He wakes up in the car. Like, that was just a dream? Then he looks over to the passenger seat and sees the axe. Right. Back to the Shining ripoff. The family comes home to gather some things with Karen before they run away officially. The woman he killed before is laying dead on the floor, so he definitely killed her. I don't know why Teddy's death was a dream, but whoa, no, he kills Karen. Then he has his daughters hostage. The mother is trying to talk him down, but whoa, no, he starts choking the mother. Hot dang. What's gonna happen? The daughter grabs a knife, the only thing set up in this movie, and stabs the dad, and the day is won. But then the father wakes up from hitting his head on the pipe at the start of the movie, so everything from that point was a dream. It was all a dream. Oh, and then the wife slits his throat the next morning and they're laughing about the situation. Then they all get in the car and...
We are really gonna like it here.
Wow, it gives you not just one twist, not two twists, but 3 twists. 3 times the no setup and no payoff. And that is American Conjuring. Now, to be honest, it isn't actually a ripoff of The Conjuring. It was originally titled Bind, but I didn't know this fact until after watching the movie. The distributors actually renamed the film in 2016 to American Conjuring, against the filmmaker's approval. So, in a way, it's still sort of trying to bank on the success of The Conjuring. Who cares? I didn't establish rules in this video anyway. Now, onto our next film, Mandy the Haunted Doll. Unlike the previous film, this is without a doubt heavily inspired by ripped off from the Annabelle movies. There was actually another movie on Tubi we were initially starting to watch called Anna, and boy oh boy, it literally starts off with the doll's face on the side of frame, just like The Conjuring. Creepy anecdote about the doll, just like The Conjuring.
It wasn't like she was just alive. It was like she was a ferryman.
It started out small, like a hand or a leg was in a different position, and its head was looking up instead of down.
And then text scrolls up on screen, flat out saying, this is a true story, just like The Conjuring. So we thought, yes, full on ripoff. However, I had to make an immediate executive decision to pick another Annabelle ripoff because this movie was horrifically cheap. We just couldn't stomach the garbage production value after like 15 minutes.
Aw, Anna. Did you feel lonely?
And thank God, because that led us to Mandy the Haunted Doll. So, rather than just being a straightforward ripoff of something, this movie actually has a decent premise that it then ruins by being a straightforward ripoff of something else. The premise is, this girl poses as a babysitter to look over the daughter of this wealthy woman with the real intentions of ripping off the house. Turns out she has unintentionally walked into a paranormal trap, but when the supernatural element is a stupid, boring horror doll, and it turns out to be a ghost of some dead girl with demonic powers, yawn. So the movie starts off in the ancient year of 1910. Mandy Goodwin is playing in an old church with some boys when she gets locked in with her doll and freezes to death. And as I said, this scene is set in 1910. Then this movie messes with time by saying 3 weeks ago, and then shows a scene in the future. A couple are getting ready for a romantic night in when the boyfriend asks about this weird babysitting job she just did. She talks about how strange it was, never met the child, just had to sit in the house and do nothing. The woman who hired her was creepy and owned dolls, and then, what do you know?
I thought you said your parents weren't coming back today.
They are. It's probably a neighbor. Stay here.
Turns out a creepy doll has been sent to her address, and what could be more scary than that? Instantly whipping out a phone and googling the age-old ghost tale of this exact doll.
Have you heard of the legend of Mandy the doll?
Oh, isn't that like about that girl who she got left in a church or something and some bullies killed her? Is that right?
No, she wasn't killed by the bullies. She was left there and she froze to death.
I know the old cliche of going to a library and opening up an old dusty textbook has been done to death, but googling who is creepy doll and instantly getting too much accurate information at the start of the movie is what's replaced that.
And her soul went into the doll that she was clutching onto. Have you heard of it?
Do you know that? You hear about that? You hear about this? What, and you think this is the same doll?
Yeah. Look at this. It's exactly the same part. There. Look at that. And I'm really freaking out because the lady that I was babysitting for, she had loads of dolls.
Okay, so when was the doll last seen?
Like 10 years ago.
Until now. And in 3 more weeks when the doll officially gets the dead girl's soul transferred into it.
You're being ridiculous.
No, I'm not. The movie said 1910 and then it goes 3 weeks earlier.
Stop being ridiculous.
Hey man, it's not my fault. They never established present day and that this was set before it. Also, yeesh, was expecting another American movie and we are treated to an Australian accent.
Mark?
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 Mark? And so, the creepy doll then vanishes out of sight and they don't know where it is. The boyfriend is walking around looking for it in the dark, only pointing the torch at his face. Even when he discovers the doll, still pointing the torch at his face. And then, bleh, all of a sudden, the boyfriend gets attacked by Mandy, which is clearly a grown man under a bedsheet. And Mandy will not do anything like this for the rest of the movie. Then the doll kills the boyfriend and attacks the babysitter. And our second establishing scene is done. Time for the real movie now, after 1910. And it cuts to 3 weeks ago, after the doll hasn't been seen for 10 years. Now we cut to present day, outside of a prison. A young lady gets out of prison and picked up by some friends. And now we get American accents.
Well, you didn't think we'd forget you, did you?
I didn't think you were gonna show.
Oh, I'm sorry, really.
So, this is clearly a UK production, just getting thrown all over the place with the accents. So anyway, this chick has been locked up for some time after some hectic bust where she had to take the fall. And her first taste of freedom is a burger. A burger so good that she instantly asks if there's more after only 2 bites.
Oh, this tastes amazing. Holy shit. Do we have any more?
I'll fix you something when we get back to the hideout.
Like, is this burger made from home with love, or do they get takeout? A takeaway place would have more burgers. What?
Yo. Rise and shine. We have a target.
So, she hasn't even been out for a day, and already her friends are trying to drag her back to her criminal past.
Fresh start, new beginnings. I should have known that you were full of shit.
Look, when we found out you were coming out, we gave up everything to start again. We've paid off all the dealers, the lenders. I mean, Neely's even sold his PMR 30.
So?
A PMR 30 is a gun. Don't know why she has to name drop it. It's been sold. It's just time to move on. We can't enjoy it anymore. But back to being dragged into a world she wanted to leave behind. Everyone starts talking really slowly on the couch.
You know, I don't blame you for anything that happened. You made me the person I am today.
And then old mate comes back in to give them the information of the job that's going down tonight. And even though they're in the secret hideout that's in a corner, this guy decides to whisper all of his dialogue.
Alright, so check it out. Some lady, single parent I think.
What?
Nice size house.
Huh?
Wants you to look after her kids.
Speak up!
It is perfect.
I can't hear you!
Quiet, little dusty here and there.
What?
Bit of clutter.
What?
Trust me. Hell of a lot of shit to say.
What?
Am I talking to myself here?
She heard you.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this. Our ex-con, new con then enters the creepy house for the babysitting job. No one answers the door, So she just lets herself in. Classic horror trope. Just let yourself inside the house. Imagine if Uber Eats did that. 3 stars, missy, when suddenly she's greeted by the old rich woman. And then we're subjected to everything the Australian girl said at the start.
I never saw the kid.
So what was you babysitting?
I don't even know, and when I asked her anything about her, she was really full on about the rules of the house.
I've put together a little list for you of house rules. I've provided a monitor for you so you can hear everything that's happening in the room.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So there's monitors in the house and you don't see the kid.
And as I've managed to get her off to sleep, she should be fine for the night. Well, after all, we don't want Mandy out of bed running around, do we?
Doesn't sound like a babysitting job to me.
Just so the premise of how this film will play out is clear, you gotta sit through all of that twice, which is essentially such a reach of a rule set. Essentially, all babysitters aren't allowed to go into Mandy's room or go into the attic, which is Mandy's play area. And if there's crying heard on the baby monitors, then you just have to ring the old woman so she can come home anyway. We can't actually let you know that Mandy is a doll yet, despite the poster, the intro scene in 1910, the girl at the start getting attacked by the doll, or the fact that including all of those things, the creepy old woman still refers to her as Mandy, which we already know is the doll after all these things. Even though they try to treat it like a twist later.
She's the girl in the photo with you by the side of her bed?
Mandy, yes, that's her. That's my Mandy.
I'm so sorry, Miss O'Brien. I messed up. Have a great night.
Call me if you need me, and try not to scare me half to death again, please.
So ideally, you're meant to just be in the house and do nothing. Mandy, the supposed little girl that we already know is the dumb-looking doll, should be asleep all night. And if Mandy does anything, you know shit ain't gonna be good.
There is no stopping her once Mandy starts to cry. Do you understand?
Sure, I got it.
Yeah, she'll be crying just as much as me after hearing all of this goddamn exposition.
You make it sound so much simpler than it truly is.
And now the main players of the heist are set. We've got ex-con, who now has the house secure. The dream team are in the car, waiting and ready. The old woman is off at her bingo party or whatever. Mandy's a dumb doll. The mission is officially a go. And so, what does a typical cat burglar do when they get someone else's house to herself? Parades through the rooms, going through the furniture, runs herself a bath. Ah, it ain't like this in prison. But oh, spooky Mandy the not doll starts making noises. The previous movie's biggest problem was the horrible color grade. This movie's biggest problem is every single scary scene needs music. This movie gets the pacing right, but with just raw audio, it could have actually been creepy. This is where the real Conjuring movies get it right.
Who is that?
So she decides to go check on Mandy the little girl, and then discovers that it's not a girl, but instead there's a doll, so our lead assumes the girl has gone missing, which could have been scary if we weren't hammered with all the "it's a doll" exposition from the get-go. Then she rings her partners in crime, and crying about losing the Mandy girl.
Hey babe, what I tell you about trying to play fucking toys up my ass?
What? Asa, I didn't come on you, Pete, I swear.
The child's gone. Someone's been in the house. Someone must have sneaked in when I was asleep and taken her.
Okay, right. Call her straight away. We'll be there in 20 minutes.
Well, according to the background, you're technically still right outside the house. Unless all neighborhoods in the UK look the same. Then she rings the old woman to inform her that Mandy has vanished.
Yeah, she's not in her bed. All that's in her bed is just this doll.
And whoa, look at all these sweet crash zooms. This is either them creating tension for the phone call, or the zooming in and out is to quickly get 2 different angles for editing's sake, and so you just cut out the zoom so it looks like you have a variety of coverage. Or add in intense music with the whooshes.
I think he needs to come home. It's, oh my god.
It's Mandy. I think that someone must have taken her.
This reveal feels so pointless at this point of the movie. Like, it should have been revealed much earlier to the main girl that Mandy is a doll and the old woman is just crazy, or have none of the doll stuff leading up to this. Let the audience believe there was a real girl the whole time with the main character and then reveal the doll. Then the others show up and they're all so stoked to be ripping off a crazy old woman's house where there is no actual little girl to babysit.
You taking the piss? This crazy bitch ain't gonna realize none of her shit's missing. This is perfect.
I mean, this is something else.
Something else?
Let's just get what we need and get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta wait for Diana though.
Diana. Oh, she's the contact from the network. She's the one who's gonna buy all this shit. Are you serious?
You know when like people rob a house or a store, they probably have some contact that buys whatever they stole and has like a warehouse that they meet up in later? The deal after the job. Go to a disclosed location once the heat has died down. Well, the person from the network is coming to the house while these criminals are still on the job. Just trying to imagine how this plot plays out in the script. If they had a bigger budget, you just picture a much bigger, fancier house. Like, this old woman is so rich and delusional that she has the cash to waste on babysitters to look after a doll for no reason. But it's just like someone's house. Like, it just seems like they're not going to get much from stealing anything from this house that's going to pave the way for their lives after this.
We get unmarked cash, Amber. We get 50% dollars, 50% euros. We get 3 new passports. We can go wherever we want.
Alright, 3 burglars will soon realize they are not alone in a manor house. So that means it's the budget's fault. But enough of that shit. Mandy then goes on the warpath. She's there 1 minute, and then a whole minute passes. And then she's gone. 2 mentions not to go into the attic.
The attic is completely off limits. That's Mandy's play area.
Don't go in the attic. Remember, don't go in the attic.
But nah, old mate's going up to the attic.
Take the shit downstairs for Diane. I'm gonna go check out the attic.
Ironically enough, the doll does actual generic creepy doll stuff. When Annabelle does nothing, Mandy is sometimes a stop motion effect that actually does stuff, but looks like shit anyway. Ah well. And so the contact who's gonna buy all the loot shows up, and once again, day for night effect is only done with the color grade, not lowering the exposure. Nothing looks like this. And then the film just goes in the direction you expect. Creepy doll is just somewhere. The main girl's trying to make the other girl believe that the doll is haunted, even though she's just going off of a hunch.
What do you mean Andy's alive? I heard her. I heard her earlier. I spoke to her just now. Stop. Carly, please don't go up there. What the hell is going on? The doll. It's alive. What should you have to drink?
This woman is now in the picture, looking like someone's mum rather than a criminal who buys stolen things from houses. Shadows of the doll pop up sometimes. Kind of a snooze fest.
I'm coming for you. I want to play. I want to play with you, Sitter.
But as our lead heroine, filthy ex-criminal, now re-criminal, tries to escape but finds herself trapped on the balcony, when suddenly she is spooked by Mandabelle, falling off of the balcony, and we are treated to a truly epic stunt.
Peekaboo.
And just like the previous movie, this one also makes a genre shift to like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre hostage tea party, like The Loved Ones.
This year's Queen of the Dances, Lola Stone.
And turns out Mandy the doll is a full-on character. No pointless creepy imagery of the doll to just be it was a goat demon all along.
Yes, might have gotten away with it too. If it wasn't for these blasted kids and their dogs.
Just telling all the criminals what's what.
Oh my god! What the fuck is this?
My tea party. Sorry if I made you jump.
What do you want from us?
I want you to be my friends. And I want you to have fun at my tea party.
Mandy then starts fucking with them, vanishing and reappearing somewhere else, running around under the table, cutting them on the legs, and I can happily say that the extent of Mandy's mobility is either crappy stop motion or grabbing it by the feet and bobbing it around. Mandy goes full Muppet, that's how cheap it is. And then the old lady gets home, isn't shocked by any of this.
Oh my god, Mandy, what have you done?
Please, we won't tell anyone.
She doesn't realise that what she's doing is bad. I've tried to change her ways. I tried to change her ways every time.
And then recaps the intro scene with a flashback to the intro scene.
The children locked her in the church and left her there for a week. No one knew because the church was being repaired. And froze to death in the church.
We know all this, but just before the old woman lets them go, Mandy fucking snitches on him.
Look in the bag.
What bag?
On the floor. Look what they were doing.
I let you into my house to look after Mandy, and you steal from me!
Truly, Miss O'Brien, I'm so sorry.
I can't tell. Is he patronizing me again? I can't even tell him.
No. It's what he's saying is really stupid, but it's sincere.
Sorry, Charlie.
I'm sorry, too.
That was patronizing! Stop! You can't patronize your captain!
To be honest, lady, you're the one who's all fucking cuckoo's nest with making people babysit a doll that's just gonna kill them anyway. Like, what did you expect the outcome to be?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We won't say anything, I promise. Let's go.
Go? You're not going anywhere now you know my secret. Mandy, teach these girls some real discipline, could you?
Alright, she's a crazy bitch then. Then they have a scuffle, Mandy wants the main girl.
She wants to keep you.
She hits the old woman with the door, she saves a friend, but then her friend, who was blinded before or hit, Mandy did something to her eyes, but now she can see again. She wants to go back and get the money that the mummy contact left before, but then dies due to something. And then the old woman comes back with a hammer, and then she drops it right next to her lead character so that she can pick it up and kill the old woman, and Mandy is all sad. But that's all G, yo, because then the girl just gets in the car and leaves and whoa, scary movie ending thing. And 3 months later, and now a new story arc begins. This woman moved into a farm with her mother because her daughter died, and she needs to move to the countryside to get her mind off things, because nothing makes you forget about your dead child more than isolation away from everyone except for your mother. Then the Mandy doll is there because these people are related to the other old woman. The doll's like passed down from generations or something. Then it takes over and nah, I'm done. Done. Honestly, this one had some high points, an overall gimmick that could have worked, but ultimately just became more boring as the film played out. It didn't have an amazingly entertaining lead as the father from American Conjuring. But this is what happens when this is your inspiration. But overall, a haunted doll movie bankrupts your creativity before it starts, especially like Annabelle. Child's Play is the only haunted doll movie I'll accept because real character. But nevertheless, we haven't even gotten to the best of the Conjuring ripoff Tubi universe. You thought this Nun was bad. Wait till you see what a ripoff of The Nun can deliver.